Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm Andrew, and I don't want to work anymore, and we're trading the Nasdaq. Starting a little early, we got 5 minutes till market opens, but we trade my strategy, which is the South on Sunday strategy. It's not doing so hot lately, but as you can see on the top of the screen here, we have 306 trading days, 464 wins, 403 losses, 53.5% win-loss ratio. Positive though, 12,115 points and an average points per day of 39.5. Last updated just a couple days ago, but you get the gist. But not going so great over the last month, I would say. Even though we have, that strategy's got to be. Well, let's pull up the spreadsheet real fast just so we know how fast or how far back we're looking. I have data going back to January 2nd, 2024. So about a year and a half worth of data. We do have some open spots here where I can't go far enough back into trading view in between contracts, but you get the gist. It's still a lot of data, and we've been forward testing consistently since January. No, the end of March. No. Yeah, I got data all the way to the back. Anyway, that's the strategy. There's a video on how to trade it down below. Anybody there, say, sorry. Anybody there, say hello in the chat. Raghav is not going to join us today. He's at a wedding. Hope you're having a good time, my friend. And let's look at some numbers. I also want to talk about a trade I took yesterday in the middle of the afternoon. I caught this, I caught it down to here. But I'll talk about how I caught that. But let's look at some numbers here. We took London highs, pushed up higher, now retracing a little bit. On the daily, we should be taking tomorrow or yesterday's highs out and maybe even pushing up into the bottom of this wick and this fair value gap by the end of the day. That's a possibility. Or we retrace further down into this fair value gap. But I'm feeling bullish today. And we'll go back to the 1 minute. We've got 2 minutes to market opens here. And then we'll have a look at the 15-minute as well. Yeah, it looks fairly bullish until we get into yesterday's high. Oh, and we just had a huge run up here. What is this? How many points is this? 455. Wow, that's a 40-point candle right there. Just taking out these highs here. Trying to move up into this fair value gap. Let's put these lines across. This sudden injection of volatility here early on. What does our 15 minutes say? We took out these relatively equal lows already. With this candle here, we just dropped down into this fair value gap. I am bullish. I'm bullish on this. What does our 5 minutes say? Dropping into this fair value gap, respecting it. Yeah, let's see if we can get an entry here. And there's our opening candle. I'm gonna turn that guy pink. Something like that. So we're going to be waiting for the first presented fair value gap. And I'm looking for bullish price action. Actually, well, I think my bias is bullish for today. We'll see if we take out this swing low now. Okay, we just took out liquidity there. We took out these relatively equal highs up here. We got a lot of liquidity here overnight. London lows and Asia. So maybe we are short-term bullish. And yesterday's closing price, we'll see if we'll pull that up real quick. Regular trading hours. Where is yesterday's closing price? I have a hard time finding it. Regular trading hours. It's got to be around here. 21,419. 21,419. So we've already closed that gap. Actually, on the 15-minute, this looks bearish. Came up, displaced lower, coming right back up into a fair value gap here on the 15 before we dump off. Possibility. What's going on? We got one viewer. Who are you? Say hello. I think everybody took Friday off. So still no fair value gap This one, the 930 candle, does not count. Let's check our daily chart one more time. We've already tapped into this fair value gap here. And then our weekly has tapped up into this fair value gap. Could this candle close lower? I guess so. It has been really bullish all week, opening at 20,400. So it's up 1,000 points this whole week. CR27 news at 10. We'll see. Okay, let's check the economic calendar. What do we got? Housing starts and permits. Okay. I'd like to be done trading by then, to be honest with you. But given it's Friday, could be a while. Are you bullish or bearish today? Might have our first gap here. I'll go back to the 15-minute. This is bearish to me. At least until we get down into here. $12 left on this candle. Let's see if this gap survives. I'm in on my first position. Okay, gives us some time here. 3 minutes to talk about yesterday's trade I took in the middle of the afternoon. I was watching the charts, and after I saw this whole run up, I was trying to find a way to get in, and I think, let's see here. I think I got stopped out a couple times anticipating a reversal, especially after we took out London and yesterday's or the day before's lunch hour. So I was looking for a short, and it wasn't until I got stopped out a couple times and I realized it was the lunch hour, and I waited till 1:30. So as soon as I got 1:30, I waited, and then I was like, I'll wait for my setup then. And sure enough, I don't know where we tapped into, but I saw this pattern, and then I saw this low get taken with this candle, and I waited for us to get up into this fair value gap. And actually, I can show you the entry. I put a limit order right at the top of this guy, so not in the fair value gap, but close to and trade settings, executions. Yeah, there's the execution right at the top of there. I put a limit order. I should show you with my phone, but then I was watching ICT literally talk about this lesson yesterday, and I put a fib on from here to there. That was the 50%, and it totally delivered there, except I chickened out, and I think I took profit right about, oh, there it is. Yeah, I took profit on this candle right here. So I think I gave up around 60 bucks. So, uh-oh, I did not put a stop loss. Oh man, that's dangerous. I think I got stopped out. No, I'm still safe. Hardly. First presented fair value gap. This guy actually has to go 5 points above, so that'll be 451. Right there. Okay. Small FVG here though. I'm gonna start learning how to determine what's big enough and what's not to act on. I think if you have to strain your eyes for it, it's definitely not worth jumping on. So we're kind of getting close to this fair value gap on the bottom. Let's go on the 15-minute. But I believe we're bearish short term here in the morning. Maybe till lunch lows. 21,303. So that's our first presented fair value gap. Right there. We got another one here, but we can't act on that since our entry is down here. So we're going to be waiting for a fair value gap to be forming somewhere here before we can add another position on. I was looking yesterday, well, yesterday's lesson in the 2022 model, he was talking about the midnight opening price. And let's see if I could find that line here. Settings. I don't know why it won't pull up my settings here. At any rate, midnight opening price. Where is midnight? Right here. So now we've come below the opening price at midnight. Let's see here. Where was it again? Which would make our daily candle look pretty small right now. That doesn't look... What's the opening price here? 21,396. 21,396. Hmm. $21,396. Doesn't make any sense. $21,396. ICT 30-minute opening range. Not seeing it here. FX for living. Probably faster just to search that. FX for living. Okay, stopped out. Opening range gap and first FVG. There's that one. FX for living though. FX. Man, there's a lot of ICT. That's crazy. So we just took out this high. So my model now, after being stopped out, we're just waiting for the next presented fair value gap. I can't believe how many ICT indicators there are. Jeez. Doesn't even come up here. Let's try FX4. FX4 underscore. That's probably not it, but that's the guy. I wonder under my 1-to-1 would I have got it there? Nope. Oh, FX4 living, you gotta get it from his Discord. Did you have to pay for it? Totally tapped into that 15-minute fair value gap. You know, should we be looking for longs here? Looks like maybe you're right. We have to jump through some hoops. Yeah. It's free, but I have to. Yeah. What does it show? Why is it so great? What is it? How does it help you for the first 30 minutes? Just kind of marks out the first 30 minutes. First 30 minutes, which would be basically this right now. Like that. And then you're looking to break out of that range. Okay, we're gonna get ready. Marks 9:30, midnight, and 1:30 gap, plus opening range of each. I don't know, there's a small gap here. How big is it? 432 to 434. 2 points. 2-point FEG. I think I will pass. Seeing a lot of support in this one though. It says you're not supposed to use this one though. I don't know. I got mixed reviews on that. There it is. No real gap. Well, I guess it is still there. Man, I have a hard time trying to figure out where do we go from here. And maybe that's because it's Friday and we got news in 1 minute. I think it makes sense not to be in a trade right now. It's fine. And probably knowing that there was news coming, should have just exited out when we got into this fair value gap and took whatever profit was there. There's the news digging back down. Daily chart. Let's look at that real quick. Yesterday's high. Just gonna mark that out real quick on this chart over here on the 15-minute. I'm gonna make that one yellow. And then if we are bullish, we can look for this high. Let's see here. Same thing. Line. Command. It's not that much higher up. Oh yeah, it is. Good 100 points. Oh, there's my midnight line. So we traded below. That was our Judas swing. Yeah. I would say I'm still bullish today. So I will probably take the next fair value gap that's bullish. Made a double bottom here that we can come back to some other time. And then reaching for 21,529, which is yesterday's high, which I think will be pretty easy for us to get. And there's our first presented fair value gap after news. Double stab into the 15-minute fair value gap here, showing support. Going to get ready for a buy here in 30 seconds. Although I'd say this is a pretty good entry spot here. And that fair value gap is 423 to 426. Three points is like my minimum, I would say, from what I've noticed. 4 seconds. Ah, no, I closed it in. Okay, we will wait. We will wait. Just in case. I feel like there's a better entry to be had here. It's bullish though. This is a higher low. Long wick on this 15. And now we're going to start pushing up. Got this big fair value gap there. I'm probably going to put a position on here, but I'm going to end the stream 5 after 7 already here on the West Coast. So that would be 10:00 whatever. But let's see here. You were talking about the first 30-minute opening range. So that's this guy here. And so we're looking to break out from this direction, and then we can continue. Is that the plan? Or do you tap out of that zone and then go in the opposite direction? Does this 10 a.m. candle count, or is it like that on ends at 9:59? Oh, I should have took this. I should have took this long here. First presented fair value gap means nothing right now. Wow, this is quite the consolidation here. Meaning whatever happens here is going to have a manipulation. So we shouldn't be acting on that fair value gap. So whether it digs down lower, taking out sell side here. Maybe it digs down into here before. How far is that? It's less than 100 points to come down here and then reverse in the opposite direction for the rest of the day, maybe. But it's going to be really hard to trust the first fair value gap out of here for any length of time. And maybe it just reaches these highs, which is also not that far away either. So you have liquidity objectives basically 75 points away on the top and bottom right now. And if I had time and I saw my first fair value gap, I would take a small short and then anticipate a reverse up from that level in either direction. That's what I see coming. But this is too bad. No action really to speak of here on a Friday. We can look at some stocks quick though. See what everybody else, it's got to be flat. Everything else got to be flat. What do we got? Mixed bag. Albemarle down another 3%. Amazing. Baba, Intel, Cooper Standard. Everything's flat. Palantir's flat. PayPal. Yeah. Nothing fancy going on around here. Another 3 minutes of this consolidation, and then I think we're gonna break out. Looking for these guys or these guys. That's basically my target. Where's the weekly candle gonna end? Like it's basically already tapped into this fair value gap on the weekly. Which kind of makes me think that the body of this candle is going to close. So today, looking at closing below 21,377. Making us go up first and then coming down. This is going to be a small range day. What does the daily look like again? Fizzling out. That's what's happening here. A small inside range day before we start selling off. We get news about no deal with China. Is that what's going to happen? We had 5 days of good news. Trump getting off the phone with his best friend Xi Jinping. And then they're going to say the deal isn't that great. No agreement about Alibaba and Shein and Temu and all those cheap shipments and how those tariffs are going to work out. And then we're going to go lower. We are just so extended up here. And now that we've come into this fair value gap here, maybe we got to get up into this one today. Before dropping off. $21,693. Sure. $16 minutes. Okay, new 15-minute candle is printing. I think we gotta start moving now. It's been long enough. Look at all these green candles. They're all green here, but one red one on CMC markets. I'm going to change this one over the 5-minute. Taking a risk because I couldn't sit still any longer. Stop loss going here. My entry's there, and I'm putting a top take profit. $50% of this candle. I'm moving my stop loss here. Morning, Dutwolf. We've missed nothing but a half hour or more. 45 minutes of consolidating is what's gone down here, and one loss. And yeah, looking to go to the upside with a short profit objective of midway of this candle on the fib. Oops. Fib, please. Can I get a fib, please? Yeah, basically. Although on the 15-minute, I think we could reach for yesterday's afternoon high or just under it. Move my stop loss up. Hey, I appreciate the effort trying to get that screenshot to me. I'll put it in my phone. Discord. Or if you got Instagram, you can send it to me on Instagram. Discord. Oh, I deleted my account. I have to start all over on Discord. So that's no fun. I'm doubling up my order since my stop loss is so small. Coming down into this fair value gap here. I don't care about this guy anymore. Our first presented fair value gap is here. I'm hoping this manipulation is larger than this out of this range. But same thing. We'll go take profit up here. And yeah, that's not going to survive. Or maybe. South on Sunday. I think it's in the description. South_Sunday. Just got stopped out. And if we come back to the first presented fair value gap, I think, nah, forget it. That's 2 losses. That's even 3, actually. And we are 22 minutes after when I normally go to work. Look at this. Is this gonna survive? And just, how many points? I was talking about adding 3 points to the bottom of our fair value gap or entries. No, not enough. Not enough today. Suckered me in. I am curious to see if it bounces off the first presented fair value gap. And it moved all the way up into the one that ICT says you can't use. And this is starting to look like a market structure shift. Coming into this fair value gap. I'm just gonna remove this guy. One more. With a small stop of $17. That's a sniper entry. And I'm gonna go for London lows. And that's it. You guys tell me if I win, I'm shutting this down. You guys have a great weekend. Thanks for showing up. And hope you guys, yeah, exactly. Have a great weekend. do some studying, and we'll catch you on Monday morning. Next week will be a short week. I'm going to visit my family. When is it? Thursday, Friday. I fly out Wednesday night, so who knows? We might have a live stream with my dad. But then I gotta like pack up my mic and that camera anyway, so we'll see. Or maybe I'll just trade off of my laptop. We'll see. No promises. This needs a couple more points here. Okay, you guys have a good one. Thanks for stopping in, and have a great weekend.